Now let's go over the rules for the Shonen Showdown Anime Tournament Challenge. There's going to be 32 anime characters in a round of 32 tournament brackets. 16 contestants are going to be competing in this competition. Each contestant is going to get one high tier character and one low tier character. The characters are ranked between the numbers 1 through 16. So there's going to be 1 through 16 on the eastern side of the bracket and a 1 through 16 on the western side of the bracket. A 1 seed would be the strongest and a 16 seed would be the weakest. Now these character selections are all randomized, but it's very important that you understand what you're trying to do with a high tier character and what you're trying to do with a low tier character. Each contestant will be debating for their anime character for 2 minutes. Each will get 30 seconds to speak uninterrupted, and then after that there will be 1 minute of back and forth. After the time limit is up and the contestants are done debating, it will be left up to a vote. Now for the voters, what are they voting for? They're voting for the person that makes the best argument, the best case for their character. Now we understand that some characters are stronger than others, which is why the spread system was implemented. Spreads are essentially a handicap to account for unfavorable matchups. So let's say we have a 1 seed going up against a 16 seed. That is a very unfair matchup in terms of power, but the spread makes up for that. The 1 seed would have to get over 95% of the votes to move forward, but the 16 seed will only have to get over 5% of the votes to move forward. Now, if a lower seed is able to cover the spread against a higher seed, they will be able to use the higher seed character in the next round. For the contestants, your job is to make sure you do not lose those high tier characters because they will take you far. If you're debating for a low tier character and you're in an unfavorable matchup, you're trying to cover the spread. You're just trying to make a great argument for that character, even if you do not believe it. Listen, there are lawyers out there that know their client is guilty. They still have to defend them. This is what your job is. You have to make sure that you make the best case scenario for your character, even though it's an unfavorable matchup, because you're just trying to get enough votes to cover the spread so you can steal the higher tier character and move forward. Now for the voters out there, you guys are judging based on the best case made for any character. That's it. Now we understand that some matchups are very unfavorable, but again, this is where the spread system comes in. If the lower tier character is able to cover the spread just enough, they get to steal the high tier character moving forward. Let the games begin. All right, so in the first round, we have LELOUCH v Bree going up against Zero IQ. Let's do this.
So we already know that Goku can fly, right? Tanjiro doesn't have any aerial attacks. He don't got nothing to handle that. Goku was already planning to destroy the universe with Beerus when they clashed. Tanjiro ain't destroying no universe. Goku MUI is based off of instincts. He move off of instincts. We already see in Jiren, who is stated to be as strong as a god of destruction. We already see that Goku was boxing with him in MUI.
Tanjiro got different forms of breathing. He got the water breathing, you know, when he go in his little strongest form. I mean, he got a sister on his back. She might get out. She got regenerative ability, so, you know, she might be able to regenerate. Goku is not gonna kill him. Goku is a real good dude. You get what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, he'll probably concede to the match.
Hey, you only got to get 5% votes, bro.
Tanjiro's demon form? That's
Whoa,
crazy.
And
then if you turn into a demon, you can't really die.
Listen, no, that's not even
we're just going based off the anime. We're not going based off the manga, though.
All right, so I just closed out the vote. This is crazy, y'all. LELOUCH did enough to pass. So what we're gonna do right now, LELOUCH, you're moving forward with Goku. That's tough, Zero IQ. That's tough, man. I don't know. All right, so for round 2, we have Asta going up against Aladdin. Let's do it.
And even without his magic, Asta is strong enough to beat him. Like, Aladdin's nowhere near physically strong enough to even compete with Asta. Asta don't even need his sword to beat this dude. Aladdin's not even a fighter. In his own series, everybody does the fighting for him. There is no way that Aladdin is even touching Asta. You don't call Alibaba or whoever or Sinbad to come save him because that's who he needs for this fight. Anti-magic. Aladdin's all magic.
Even in the fairy arc that he had where he tried to fight the fairies, he was only able to absorb the light energy. If he's able to do the dark and the light, he can literally take out any spirit that he had within him. I'm talking about the demon union that you see in the anime. There's no way he would be able to survive without it.
So Asta covered the spread. RJ won that round with Asta, so he's moving forward. Next up, we have ANIMEXUNDAYS going up against the Benchwarmers.
Ladies and gentlemen, the strongest ninja in the Naruto universe. What can I say about Naruto? What is Mob doing against 500 shadow clones moving faster than he could perceive them? Nothing. They are coming at this man so quick that even Mob, with his 100% power, moving skyscrapers, cities, really causing damage, is not going to be able to do nothing when he's overwhelmed by a 7th Hokage master martial artist. What are you going to do when Kurama's looking at you with the death eyes?
Just how strong do we think Mob is? Are we just going to limit him because he's in that universe? I don't think that's fair. Yeah, we've seen him at 100%, and we've seen what that damage can do. But you know Mob, when he gets in that zone, when he really gets upset, when he gets to that 3 question mark unlimited, we don't know how strong he really can get. I believe that if Mob is in a certain situation, that limit breaker, he can take down almost anybody.
What you could have said is the creator of both One Punch Man and Mob said that if question Mob should be on par with Tatsumaki from One Punch Man. So we see whatever she do in that anime, and we just replicate it with Mob. Bada boom, bada bam.
It looks like the Benchwarmers won. They covered the spread. Your number was 65, and you got 59.7%. So Naruto won, but did not cover the spread. Benchwarmers gets to take Naruto and move forward, and we move on to Ichigo versus Zoro. AFROTSU is not here, so we're going with Zero IQ having Ichigo going up against AEM with Zoro. Let's do it.
So we already know that Ichigo is the GOAT. He has his Zanpakuto. He has his spirit form, which nobody can touch actually. Zoro can't even touch the man. My man has what? 3 different types of Bankai. He's been getting power-ups after power-ups after power-ups. He's fast, strong. He cut Aizen with a slash. Look, Zoro can't even touch him. He's in his spirit form. 1 slice, mountain, gone. What's Zoro gonna do? Nothing. I don't see how he's going.
You were talking about Mugetsu Ichigo, the one who got Aizen. People in Karakura town were able to see Mugetsu Ichigo. So if we're talking Mugetsu Ichigo, then Zoro would actually be able to see and hit Mugetsu Ichigo at that point, because he gave up his spiritual energy for physical energy. We saw that happen. So if you're talking that version, Zoro would be able to hit him. His durability is one of the highest, if not the highest in the Straw Hats. He has shown Conqueror's Haki in the series, and if Zoro uses it like subconsciously, like he did in the series, even if it doesn't knock out Ichigo, it's gonna affect him.
IQ, you had to get over 69% of the votes to move forward, and you got 78%. So you got it. You move forward. Zero IQ covered the spread, wins the round with Ichigo over Zoro. We're moving on to Luffy versus Edward Elric, and that's going to be SLYKAGE going up against the HASHIRA podcast.
Luffy has the Ryuo Haki, meaning that anything that Edward Elric does create out of alchemy, he can destroy instantly. He can see into the future with his observation sight. So anything that Edward Elric does put out, he can see into the future, and that's not hitting him. And finally, Conqueror's Haki. If he has a stronger will than Edward Elric can't even fight him. And that's all we gotta say.
3 steps to alchemy. You have 1, the knowledge, the breakdown, and reconstruction. Edward Elric has the knowledge. You're made out of rubber. That's matter. He could break that down just like Scar. Anything Edward Elric, if you touch rubber, he's going to dismantle it and reconstruct it in any way that he wants. And you want to talk about future sight. Now, anytime Luffy fought a top tier character, how was his future sight? He didn't even master it yet. So you can't even bring future sight into this. Granted, real hockey, I'll give you that. But the future sight,
That was a good round. That was a good round. So SLYKAGE, you had to get over 61% of the votes to move forward, and you got 64.5. You did win that round. It was very, very close though. Very, very close. All right, so SLYKAGE had to get over 61% votes, and he got 64.5. Moves forward with Luffy. In the next round, we have Giorno going up against Boruto. Let's do it.
Giorno, the strongest Joestar. Like, he's been powerful, always been powerful, you know. He's just gonna hit him with the Kono Giorno Giovanna and just hit him with 1 tap, turn him back down to 0. Giorno, he could just get him into the infinite loop. Hold on, I need to get up for this. You know what I mean? Requiem just absolutely destroys him. We know what he did with Diavolo. He completely destroyed his stand.
Boruto, he's technically basically kind of like the Avatar in a sense. He's able to do nature transformations, wind, lightning, water release, and he's mad fast and quick. So it's a matter of if Giorno Giovanni could touch him, and if he can't touch him, he can't really do much. He did everything way faster than his own daddy, Naruto. And his daddy is Naruto. And he has Sasuke to train him. He's a kid, and he could probably take any JoJo character down.
So Power had to get 74% votes to move forward, and he got 81. So Giorno does win that round. All right, so Power had to get 74% votes. He got 81, so Giorno moves forward over Boruto. We going on to the next round, and we have Yusuke versus All Might.
All right, ladies and gentlemen of the congregation, I'm here to let you know Yusuke is the man. I'm gonna tell you why. In real crack New York fashion, the drip. Ladies and gentlemen, nobody's gonna come to the battlefield with drip like this. This is all New York swag, 100%. If you wanna go about the demon gun mega, come on, someone, we get the all white hair. Facts. He's coming in. First of all, we already know shonen tropes. If you don't have a father, you already top tier. We're not gonna talk about the tournament arc. My man came through and fell asleep halfway through and came in the ring and dropped everybody down like they were nothing but bacon, egg, and cheese with a roll with drip.
She said he's gonna win with the drip. Okay, so let me tell you what's gonna happen. He's like the fancy boy. He's gonna come in. He's gonna look at All Might. All Might's gonna look at him. Like this Yusuke kid, he's gonna be scared. He's a kid, bro. So All Might just speed blitzes him and just slams him into the ground. There's nothing Yusuke can do. Like he has his drip. I don't care. Like he can look fancy, but like he just gets slammed in the ground. Honestly.
Don't kill my vibe. You just killed it. Flatlined it. It's on life support.
Detroit smash. Nah, we not in United States smash. Nah.
The votes were tied at 31-31, which means that Rise does win. The overall vote ended up in a draw, which does mean that Yusuke loses this round. However, because the overall vote was a draw, Arise is going to move forward and choose All Might. We're going on to the next round, and it is Vegeta versus Deku. Let's do it. All right, so let me just say this. Vegeta is the Prince of all Saiyan. We've seen the Final Flash. We've seen him go even Majin Vegeta and was boxing against a Super Saiyan 2 Goku. If we see Vegeta walk into the My Hero verse, who's lasting longer than 5 milliseconds? I mean, are you serious? Everybody is getting completely destroyed. And if we go to the Tournament of Power, what? Deku in the Tournament of Power? Are you serious? What's happening to him? He's getting bodied. We know what Vegeta was able to do against the likes of a Toppo, who has the power of Hakai. That's really all I need to say about Deku. I mean, I'm not worried about him at all.
I got the power of friendship. You know what I mean? All I need is my class next to me, and I can make it happen. I can make it all happen. Shorty with the horn on her head, I get her on my back, full cowling. I'm good with that. I may break my bones on your face, but Vegeta is very, very full of himself. He might take it easy on me thinking that, you know, he can beat me in one shot, but I can study him.
You wasn't gonna talk about Vegeta's hairline though?
I'm trying to win. I'm trying to win. I'm not trying to bring up his. I'm trying to win. Yo, what is happening? This is betrayal. I lost. Wow. That is crazy. Vegeta did not cover the spread, so that means HIGHROGLYPHIX is going to move forward with Vegeta going into the next round. All right, so next up we have Saitama versus Gon in the first round on the eastern side of the bracket.
We can't joke around no more. Saitama, the One Punch Man, the person who disintegrates people's bodies, is gonna go against a little boy who played rock, paper, scissors. We're not gonna do this. Saitama, the person who knocks monsters out with one hit, jump from the moon. If this person could beat Goku, what makes y'all think he can't beat this man Gon? If this man could beat Jiren, what makes y'all think he can't beat Gon? If he could one punch Beerus, what makes you think he can't beat Gon?
Okay, so first things first, Gon at the start of his series as a child was way stronger than Saitama prior to his training as a grown man. So therefore, if you put Gon into the One Punch Man world and let him do the same amount of training, he could theoretically be a lot stronger. And second of all, there's these things in Hunter x Hunter called Nen restrictions that allow you to get a lot stronger by placing restrictions on your abilities. Look at Kurapika, somebody who prior to putting restrictions on his chains couldn't even touch the Phantom Troop. Why can't he just say, let me put a restriction on my Nen, on my Jajanken that says I can beat Saitama, and he can't use Nen on anything else. And there's also the Covenant, where if he sacrifices his Nen, he can go into adult form. Now, in the anime, he only aged himself up to the point where he could beat Pito, but theoretically, he could just age himself up to a level where he's even stronger. So if you really think about it, Gon has all the tools he needs to beat Saitama. He just has the choice of whether he wants to do it. And he can sacrifice his Nen and his life force to get there.
Slide, that was an argument.
First of all, Saitama can't beat Beerus? Are you kidding? If Saitama can't beat Whis,
he'll beat Beerus.
If Saitama can't beat Whis,
he'll beat Whis. All of them at the same time. The One Punch Man.
Are we capping? Are we capping? That's not a power.
You had me, bro, until you said
One Punch
Man
is not a power.
I think you lost.
You lost when we said Jiren. Yo, Slide, this is the craziest upset right now. This is damn. So I did not see this coming, but you won by a landslide. So the character that you have technically wins the overall vote, so Gon should move forward. But I think you should have an opportunity to take the higher tier character if you want to. So do you want to move forward with Saitama or Gon?
I think I'm gonna keep going.
You're gonna keep going? All right, so Gon actually ended up winning the overall vote, and SLYKAGE chose to proceed with Gon, so Gon's gonna win that round. We're moving on to Urza versus Mario Leona from Black Clover. Let's do it.
Both have great endurance, both have great speed, but let's make sure that we understand that they're even there. Where they are not even is that we know that this person only has one type of power, where Urza can equip into any type of power. She has Fire Empress armor, automatically cuts down half of all fire attacks coming at her. She also has the Sea Empress armor, in which she utilizes water attacks. If she's coming at you with a water instrument and then has her Fire Empress armor on, you've already lost.
The sole reason that Yami was able to box against Adante was because he was in a training session with the very same Mario Leona that we're speaking on. She is a beast. She's fought against 5 elves at one time, and one of those elves was Riot, who had the ability to copy abilities. So this means he is a jack of all trades, just like a Urza, and Mario Leona took him down and friends. I mean, this is what she does on a day in and day out basis. She's completely powerful. Urza is nice, she is versatile, but I do think Mario Leona can put in a lot of work against somebody like an Irene, and we know that Urza needed help from Wendy to even get that done. So I'm giving it to Mario Leona all day.
Mario Leona has mastered training on a volcano where her senses are also deprived, but she has that mana skin. So that's not doing anything to her.
Hold on. You're forgetting about the speed, though. We're forgetting about her speed. We're forgetting about all.
And we're forgetting about Mariona's speed. We're forgetting about Mariona's speed.
Mario Leona won 40 to 28. All right, so Mario Leona won that round. So I'm going to move forward with Mario Leona, and we're moving on to the next round. It's going to be Meliodas versus Suna. Let's do it.
The son of the Demon King, and he cannot die. Even if they killed him in the physical world, he will be resurrected, and he just gets stronger and stronger each time to the point where he turns into a full-on demon, just like his dad. He is strong enough to even face his dad. Towards the last episode of the show, he was about to face his dad so that he can conquer and take the curse and lift the curse off for his love for Elizabeth.
So we know about Suna a little bit, right? We know that in his anime, you can compare his fire level really closely to some of the stronger users, to a Meliodas almost sometimes. We don't know if Meliodas' magic abilities, the way he counters demons, is gonna work on the member of a mob.
With 52 votes, Meliodas wins. So Meliodas won and covered the spread. Meliodas is going to win this round. Next, we're moving up to Merlin versus Itadori.
Merlin, right? She has like infinite amounts of magic, as stated. She can create a barrier around herself, so Yuji cannot do, like, he can't touch her. And she said that magic particles are like that she uses are always in the air, and she can also like freeze time, and she can literally like slice him in half or like chop him up or like do anything to him. She can also close him in like a cube and make him like shrink. Yuji cannot do anything against her because she has like a barrier like of infinite magic.
My contender came in with full-blown magic before he swallowed that finger. He came in with the most ample amount of ability. He was just picking up kids, jumping from rooftop to rooftop like he was a whole Super Saiyan. He came in with so much potential and so much power. They said that if he wanted to be a jiu-jitsu sorcerer, he could have done it without swallowing the finger and having that demon in him. He's the most hardest dude. Like, even people in the school, not even in the school, but in the sorcery school, don't know how he did it. That episode when he had Shorty on his shoulder, when the monster was following him, he was jumping left and right, like he was playing soccer. My dude is so lit with red shoes on, and he gets stronger with every scary movie that he watches. Even though I'm not gonna hold you, I know for a fact that he can't contain the power of the demon, but with enough practice, he can. But come on, my dude got like double personalities, and if he let loose and let the demon take control over him, she can't do none of that if she's dead.
Arise, you needed to get over 69% of the votes to go forward, and you got 71. So Merlin does win. All right, so Merlin takes that round. So we move on to Natsu versus Shinra. Let's get into it.
Natsu, the man, the myth, the legendary END, one of the strongest characters in the show. First, I just want to start off by saying that my opponent here is really the perfect match for Natsu in a fight, because we do know anything that he eats, fire related, he gets stronger. When he fought lightning, when he fought Loxus, he got stronger from the lightning. When he fought against the law, he got that superpower. If he can get a bite of that Adola burst that Shinra has, power would be completely OP and it wouldn't even be a slither of a matchup anymore.
All right, I just want to start this off by saying this is the perfect matchup for me because I hate fairy shit with a burning passion. So, first of all I have to say is 1 second. Shinra talked to the basic god of fire, and in 1 second, beat the ever-living mess out of his opponent. Natsu can only eat what he can catch. And as we can see, Natsu isn't even the fastest in his verse because Loxus then beat this man 5 times over. It's done. He's not gonna be able to catch Shinra to eat his flame. Because Shinra's fighting style isn't just he burns you with fire, he uses his fire to speed through time. Shinra can speed through time. Like, it's done.
I'm gonna have to give it a rise, bro. That he's not, Natsu's just not catching him.
In the
Natsu can
anime,
burn time.
Natsu won't need to catch him.
What?
He'll catch his foot, eat that flame, like you said, with
No,
the Enola,
what?
and
You
put
eat,
that
no,
man
that's
away.
not through the anime.
He's beyond
That's
time.
not what he's saying.
Natsu not fast enough.
He's faster. He's literally faster.
Natsu's reaction
He's fast enough.
speed, he was fighting Zaref in a stop time. Stop playing with that boy.
Natsu literally gets a power up. He needs a power up to fight people.
At the time I screenshotted, Shinra did win 34 votes to 24. Alright, so Shinra won the overall vote. Shinra is going to move forward. We're moving down to Gojo versus Eren. Let's get into it.
All right, I just got 2 words: domain expansion. That's it. First of all, the affinity. Can't even break past that. I don't even know how it works. It's like that right there. Yeah, that's it. I don't even know how you're gonna break past that. And then if you did hurt him, reverse curse energy healing. Domain expansion. That's it, really. I'm sorry. And the affinity. That's it.
Zeke literally said while they were in that space that Eren literally transcends time. He can go back in time, change events to the way that he wants using other people, and create a ripple effect, which he did multiple times. And we have Eren. He controls how many titans, how many colossal titans. Come on now. The amount of steam that they produce and the amount of time that he can get to like go back in time and just change the events in his favor. He could find a way to use like Grisha to just kill Gojo while he's just a baby or something.
I gotta say something about what he said about Eren. So you said Eren could go back in time and influence somebody to kill baby Gojo? Yeah, that would not work in the slightest.
It wouldn't.
So because Gojo was the higher tier character, hieroglyphics, you needed to get around 74% the votes or higher to move forward. It looks like you got 58. So Eren did end up covering the spread. Power is going to move forward with Gojo. We are moving on to the next matchup. It's going to be Sasuke versus Yuno.
Alright, so first of all, let's talk about Momoshiki to compare Sasuke to somebody who he can be compared to. Momoshiki absorbed a star before going down and fighting them. That was confirmed by the author. So we can only assume that Momoshiki was star level when he went down, and Sasuke was smiling through that whole fight. He was with Naruto, he was smiling, grinning, and laughing through the whole fight. We have to talk about the Rinnegan. Sasuke switches places with Yuno's cloak. You know, he's right behind Yuno. You think Yuno can escape that or react to that? No, he can't. Because right after that, Sasuke can use the universal pull to keep Yuno in place.
First of all, we're gonna talk about Yuno's Mana Zone. Mana Zone, he can hit from any direction. So at the start of the fight, bro, he's getting hit from every direction, no matter what. His Susanoo, bro, we already know that Yuno can attack within things. It doesn't matter. We already got Yuno's Spirit Drive form, his Spirit of Zephyr form that he gets that corrodes the body. Because as soon as he touches the sword, his body's corroded. It's gone. It's over. You say he teleports behind his cloak. If he pulls up right behind Yuno, he already knows because he has Mana Zone, and Mana Zone just allows him to increase his reaction time by 10-fold.
You talking about Yuno reaction speed? You're forgetting Sasuke has the friggin' Sharingan. You cannot bring up reaction speed.
And guess what? And the Sharingan can be speedless. This we already see. Lee was able to handle the Sharingan because he's much faster.
It was a 7 seed going up against a 10 seed, so the 7 seed had to get over 56% of the votes to move forward. AEM, at the time I screenshotted, you got 57. Sasuke winning the overall vote plus covering the spread. Sasuke is going to go forward. Next, we have Sailor Moon going up against Killua. Let's get into it.
Fighting evil by moonlight, winning love by daylight. We're technically going against a Pikachu in this real fight, against a goddess named Sailor Moon. We got somebody who can move at the speed of light. Okay, that's the speed of light that goes back to the speed of sound. We got a young lady who can move through the universe from Earth to the center of it in a matter of seconds. First of all, speed is already taken. She can already manipulate time with one of her 3 many forms, which is either Super Sailor Moon, Eternal Sailor Moon, or Sailor Cosmos, which by the title by itself can utilize time and space within the cosmos. I'm sorry, kid. You might as well stay in the playground because adults are talking.
It's not about the speed, the strength, the powers, okay? Your boy Killua is a master assassin. When he comes into a predicament, into a scene, his knowledge, his awareness of what's going on, he's locked in. Sailor Moon's a very kind-hearted hero. Killua, a master of finesse, disguise, deceit, killing at a young age, would come in swiftly. And then that's it. Boom, her heart, out of her chest. We've seen it happen before. Killua don't play. When he gets you slipping, he's like a snake. He grips in, and that's over with.
Sailor Moon got 57 votes, and Killua actually got 16. Anime Sundays got more than 10% of the votes needed. So he does get the opportunity to steal Sailor Moon in the next round. With Killua covering the spread, Killua is going to win, but Sailor Moon is getting stolen for the next round. We're moving up, and we have Goku going up against Asta. Let's do it.
Immediately when K-Boo came, he destroyed the planet with one of those, with a planet buster. Now, fast forward, Goku's holding up the spirit bomb. K-Boo threw about like 6 of those at him. Did no damage. He's already planetary right there. He's fighting against Toppo. Vegeta is way stronger now. Frieza is way stronger now. He didn't blew up planet Vegeta with certain attacks. He's way stronger. He's shooting those attacks at Toppo. No damage, turning into Pixie dust. Vegeta beat Toppo. Goku is stronger than Vegeta. Jiren is stronger than all of them. And Goku, up in Ultra Instinct, was able to go toes with Jiren. He's nothing compared to these characters right here.
Asta is a very inspirational character. Now, we have a lot of characters that don't give up, but none of them like Asta. Even Goku gave up. Rewatch Battle of the God. He said, "I give up, Beerus." Asta never came out of his mouth that he gave up. Man's arms were cursed, and they told this man, "You will never be able to hold your sword again." And you know what he said? He said, "I'll fight with my feet, and I'm still going to be the Wizard King." Now, if that doesn't inspire you, I don't know what does.
Lelouch, you needed to get over 70% of the votes to move forward. You got 81.6. So you do move forward with Goku. All right, so Goku won the overall vote, covered the spread. Goku will move on to the next round. Next up, we have Naruto versus Ichigo. Should be a good one.
All right, so we already know that Naruto can't even see the man. We already know he has no spiritual pressure. He can't see him, but it's a fact. You're trying to use truth-seeking orbs? Don't matter. He can't hit what he can't see. We got Final Gutsetsu, who was able to beat Aizen, and we already know how strong Aizen is. Destroyed all of the captains, and with one swipe of his sword, was able to absolutely annihilate him. And what do we see in Naruto? Boruto Naruto got stabbed by a regular sword.
So let's start at the war. Not only is he putting everybody on his team in his KCM cloak, after that he has to deal with Madara, he has to deal with Obito, he has to deal with the Ten Tails, then has to deal with Kaguya. Then he comes and brings Guy back to life with his own chakra sharing it. Let's just keep in mind of like the endurance and stamina that he's going to be having to go through this fight and how long Ichigo is actually going to last. Naruto's strength has vastly gotten stronger from once he started. He's so strong at this point, he's fighting aliens.
Naruto, we've already seen Naruto. If he doesn't know where the attack is coming from, he can't defend against it. He's been stabbed by a regular sword.
It has been shown because of Madara's abilities. When he had Sage Mode, he had the other clones that he wasn't able to see. He has spiritual awareness. On top of being aware of the tail beasts, which are spiritual entities. So even though he can't see them, he has spiritual awareness. Both Naruto and Sasuke tag team to be able to see and touch.
So Ichigo definitely won the overall vote, 46-17. Definitely covered the spread as well because this is a 4 seed versus a 5 seed. Ichigo does move forward. All right, next up we have Luffy going up against Giorno Giovanna.
One thing I will say with Giorno is return to 0. Second he has Luffy on sights, he's returning to 0. He's gonna have to go through a whole paradox of just death over and over and over again. And if Luffy decides to throw out an attack, it's going right back. It's just getting reversed. Also, the durability of his stand is actually crazy. In the healing factor, there's nothing that Luffy can do to the likes of a Giorno.
First things first, you're actually wrong about reverse to 0. That's not how that works. It's not a counter, all right? It's a defense mechanism for Giorno that Giorno himself can't control. It's a sentient ability, meaning that if it doesn't want to attack Luffy, it won't. Luffy's resistance and his durability is insane. So even if Giorno is attacking Luffy, he's not damaging Luffy. Luffy can't see into the future. So if Giorno's coming at him, he's not doing anything. We're comparing Diavolo to Luffy, and Luffy is obviously much stronger than Diavolo.
It literally is there for him to protect Giorno. That's it. That's literally the lifeline. So if Luffy has literally any ill intent, which in a 1v1, they're gonna both be trying to attack each other. There's no way he's not gonna attack.
Okay, that's valid. And what I'm saying is, even if he does attack, Luffy is so durable to the point where it's not doing anything.
Okay, he just reverses anything that Luffy does in a paradox. It doesn't matter.
So are you saying it's a stalemate?
Equal energy with Conqueror's Haki, Luffy can disrupt the stand.
Power, you needed to get over 54 84.8% of the votes. It looks like you got 59. So Giorno does move forward. All right, Giorno won the overall votes. So Giorno's going to head over to the next round. Next up, we have All Might going up against Vegeta. Let's get into it.
First of all, he's not even All Might anymore. He's not even All Might anymore. He's done. And even when he was All Might, he had a limit on how long he can stay All Might. So the fight ain't even going far. He don't need to go into any of the Saiyan forms, not one. And if he did, Final Flash, Final Impact, Big Bang Attack, all of these, stop it. B-Topo, cut through the Hakai, like it's not even close. When he fought Nomu, that took forever.
Okay, so All Might is the strongest hero in his verse. Like no villain ever compared to him in his prime, right? So imagine if he goes into the Dragon Ball verse and he like trains. You know what a normal human like Krillin does? Like he swaps hands with Goku. He's a human and he gets that strong. And then we have All Might, who's the #1 hero. He has insane potential to become like way stronger than Krillin. And you know Vegeta, like Vegeta's gonna let him train, you know? Just because he wants to like see him getting stronger.
Vegeta had to cover 70% to move forward. Vegeta got 77. So Vegeta is moving forward. Hieroglyphics, you are in the next round. All right, so it looks like Vegeta wins by landslide. So we're moving back over to the eastern side of the bracket. We have Gon going up against Mario Leona. Mario Leona has the firepower to contend with the likes of Ayami, has the firepower to contend with so many different elves all at one time. Now we know that adult Gon does have a nice ability. He was able to take down Pito very, very easily. Pito even stated that he was on the level of a Meruem, but that means nothing to me when I'm talking about Mario Leona right now. Are you kidding me? The firepower that she has would easily take down a lot of the people in the Hunter x Hunter verse. She has Mana Zone. She has intense Mana Skin, can go crazy with training Yami. I'm not worried at all.
All right, so like I previously stated with Saitama, once again, these things called restrictions do exist in Hunter x Hunter, where you can basically convert your life force and your Nen to whatever you want. So if Gon really did wish for it, he could basically kill himself and give himself the ability to only beat Mario Leona. But to further that point, we have Gon versus Pito, where Pito says Gon has the strength equal to, if not stronger than Miriam. Now in the Hunter x Hunter universe, there's a character called Phaeton, who is stated to have the power of the sun, and he's nowhere near Miriam or Gon, and he uses flames. So once again, if Gon really wanted to, he could use a covenant and restrictions to say flames don't affect me. You can state another one that says anyone named Mario Leona, and I'm not joking, you could in fact do this with restrictions, does not affect me. So
Mario Leona would need to get over 84.6% of the votes. Did not do that at all. 55.7. So SLYKAGE does win with Gon again. This is crazy. We have Gon actually taking that going forward, and SLYKAGE chose to stick with Gon. So this is where we are at. Next up, we have Meliodas versus Merlin. Let's do it.
Merlin, well, on the other hand, she already like sealed his power once, like before, so she can just like act nice and just seal his power back, like, and he's gonna become like way weaker than she is, so she can just like beat him up while he's like way weaker with his sealed away power, right? And she can also freeze time. Yeah,
Meliodas is definitely stronger than Merlin. For one, he is the captain. He is now Demon King, and the last time she tried to seal his power, it did not go through. He conquered the 10 Commandments. He conquered his own father. He is also immortal. And if Merlin ever tried to do anything, he can just full counter because she's using magic.
By the votes, obviously, we have Meliodas beating Merlin 27-16. Meliodas is going to win this round. Taylor, you move forward. Next up, we have On the Rise with Shinra going up against Power with Gojo.
One thing I'll say is, how is Shinra gonna get past the domain expansion? All right, he has the 6 eyes, the domain expansion. He has hollow purple. He has red. He has blue. Once he gets hit with the domain expansion, it's completely over. There's nothing that Shinra can do. Shinra can try to be a bug and run around, but the domain expansion will just expand and he will be caught in it eventually. We're gonna talk about Shinra against like Sho. All Sho was doing was like slowing it to the point where it looked like time stopped. He didn't actually like stop time, so Shinra wasn't really like moving through stop time, so he's really not that fast.
Shinra's time feat is where he talks to the Adalo Burst lady and she says, I can only give you my power for 1 second, right? And we see what he does in 1 second, which plays out about like 3 to 5 minutes within the anime. He did all of that in 1 second. Before Gojo can even realize anything, Shinra can hit him multiple times. Shinra could end this man if he wanted to in multiple times. He doesn't even need to be fast enough to go through time. Before Gojo can even think to activate his ability, Shinra's there.
That was a lot of cap right there. What do you mean before you can think to do it? It's a passive ability. What are you talking about? It's always on. He explains that in the anime.
Gojo needed to get over 65% of the votes. Gojo was able to do that at 79% of the votes. So Power does move forward with Gojo in the next round. Next up, AEM going up against Anime Sundays.
Alright, Sailor Moon, Usagi, when mastered all of her Sailor Cosmos powers, had the universe on lock. Usagi had multiple times where she could have taken out very strong, powerful universal villains and had not. Your boy Sasuke, she looks at a scrub like this man and he says, "You're not worthy. You tried to take over the village after Naruto forgave you." He's deleted out of existence. Get him out of here. Cosmos, power, revert time. What's your boy gonna do?
Usagi, what is she doing against a Genjutsu? I would like to see her going up against a Genjutsu. She's trapped in one for a fraction of a second. She's gonna figure out what she has to do. That fraction of a second is enough for Sasuke to put her in the Amaterasu, which will not stop burning until it burns away its target. No matter how powerful she is, no matter how many layers of magical power she has, the Amaterasu is eventually going to burn through it. Sasuke can absorb energy from his opponents. He absorbed the Bijuu chakra during his fight against Naruto, and if we equalize versus, then he could do the same against Sailor Moon.
I mean, well, we gotta think about it. Genjutsu works on the mind. It can play illusions, tricks on him. He can do a lot of things with Genjutsu. It's not only, oh, I can take control over your mind.
You would have to rate it to something. You know what I'm saying? Genjutsu can be broken a number of ways.
Sasuke won the overall vote.
Yo.
So we have Sasuke going forward. Wow.
I just took out Sailor Moon. You really think I'm gonna switch out?
All right.
Hey,
all right.
Don't get too cocky. Don't get too cocky now.
So you're keeping Sasuke? We are now in the Elite 8. Yeah, we are in the Elite 8. We got Lelouch v Bree Goku going up against IQ with Ichigo.
I already know Zero IQ. Oh, he can't see Ichigo. Yes, he can. Goku could sense divine energy, divine ki. He could sense energy from across the planet, so he doesn't even need to see Ichigo to whoop his ass. Goku has taken attacks that can destroy the universe and has still been fine. He's taken attacks from people who can destroy multiple universes and has still been fine. There's nothing Ichigo could do. Plus, Trunks, even way back in the Cell Saga, is stronger than Ichigo, and Goku was blocking his sword with a finger.
But are you really gonna sit there and compare divine energy to spiritual pressure? That doesn't even sound remotely like the same thing. And plus, isn't divine energy just higher amounts of ki? Ichigo spiritual pressure. Maybe he might get scared. Maybe he might back down. Maybe he might be able to get influenced. We already know Goku isn't that type of person to immediately go 100%. So maybe he just might catch him off guard, because as Power said earlier in the debate, Goku got hit and destroyed by a laser. A laser!
That weak ass move that Ichigo got would never be able to hurt Goku. So
Nah. We already it's a regular laser. It's a regular laser. It's a regular laser.
Lelouch. So you needed 60% and you got 71%. So Goku goes forward. All right, so next up we have Power with Giorno going up against Hieroglyphics with Vegeta.
I think this match is solely about speed. As long as he's able to attack Giorno way before he does Requiem or anything that involves time, he's got it. Stands are naturally fast, but Vegeta, I believe, is much faster. I really do feel like once Vegeta goes all out and realizes that he gets frustrated that he can't beat him, like maybe even just like in an instant, he's just gonna overwhelm him with so many attacks and then it's over.
Alright, so he did say that he's gonna just blitz Giorno before he gets the time to react, which is not true. It's Jur is actually passive. It basically has a mind of its own. It does attacks when it wants. It protects its user. Even if he does like do an attack like Super Saiyan, like go Super Saiyan or anything like that, he's just gonna return it back to zero. Just send him into a paradox of deaths that are just overriding all of his attacks. We can also talk about how Jur cannot be seen by the likes of Vegeta.
So it does look like Giorno won. Now Power, you have the choice, because Giorno was a lower seed. You do have a choice to either take Vegeta for the next round or keep Giorno.
Yeah, I'm definitely sticking with Giorno, my bad.
Power decided to stay with Giorno, so Giorno is going over into the next round. Next up, we have Gon going up against Meliodas. Let's do it.
If you want to know a little bit more about Chaos, Chaos basically is the thing that brought the angels and demons into existence. So it's like the ultimate power, stronger than Meliodas. But Meliodas has conquered Chaos due to the fact that Chaos is in Arthur, and Arthur cannot control Chaos right now. In that sense, Meliodas is stronger in this than Gon, for sure.
Nano restrictions could theoretically, this is a little bit of a stretch, but they could theoretically give Gon the power to defeat the Demon King if he really wanted to. But if we're putting these characters in the same universe, we're giving Gon the level of strength that he would have if he was in the same universe as Meliodas. But yeah, all he really has to do is put a restriction on himself saying that magic doesn't affect him. He can't get affected by Meliodas, aging himself up to Netero's age with these restrictions.
Meliodas had 26 votes, Gon had 24. SLYKAGE, it's up to you if you want to take Meliodas going forward or do you want to keep Gon?
Alright, I'll take Gon.
Alright, so Meliodas won the overall vote but did not cover the spreads. So SLYKAGE wins this round, decides to keep going into the next round. Next up, we have Gojo going up against Sasuke.
Sasuke can maybe use his like Rinnegan to like teleport anywhere. That does nothing to Gojo. Gojo has the domain expansion. He has the infinity, and there's nothing in Sasuke's arsenal to get past the infinity, which Hollow Purple can literally just erase his existence, so no Susanoo is helping him at all. Once he activates a Susanoo, Hollow Purple, gone. Sasuke tries to run away, he just warps space, he just keeps pursuing him, and once he's inside the domain expansion, it's just over.
That's massive cap. Sasuke can just open a portal or switch places with something else. He can just get out of there very easily. Also, yeah, Gojo's Hollow Purple is not that fast. Honestly, it's just fast related to Jujutsu Kaisen characters. Hanami was not able to dodge it, but Todo was able to sense it before he used it. I believe that Sasuke will be able to sense the energy building up and avoid that. First of all, Sasuke will be constantly chipping away at Gojo's cursed energy the same way he absorbed the Visu's chakra. He would absorb his cursed energy until he runs out of it. Limitless, you know, Limitless take cursed energy, and Amaterasu is just burning through it until it's gone.
Hold on, wait, you don't know if while he's in his Susanoo if his domain expansion will affect him, because I mean, if you able to get out of the infinite Tsukiyomi, I'm just saying, you never know.
Look, Lelouch, like the domain expansion works like this. Once you're in the domain, literally every attack will hit you no matter what. That's how it works.
Gojo would need to get over 57% of the votes to pass. Gojo was not able to do that, got 52%. So we have AEM with Sasuke winning that one. Wow, winning that one. Now, because Gojo is a higher seed, you do have the option to take Gojo in the next round.
Hell no, I'm keeping Sasuke.
You're keeping Sasuke. Okay.
Yes, sir. Respect it.
Okay, so we're in the final four, y'all. We have Lelouch v. Bree with Goku going up against Power with Giorno.
What you gotta realize is when it comes to Dragon Ball Z characters, they are so much stronger than these characters, and in Dragon Ball Z, when you're so much stronger than a character, the hacks won't work. So all of the hacks that Giorno has, they won't affect Goku. Now, even if these hacks were to work, which they won't, because they cannot, because he is so much stronger than him, he's too fast with his Ultra Instincts for him to be able to get attacked, for him to be able to get touched by Giorno. Plus, if it does have a range, Goku does not have a range. His range is limitless.
Goku cannot always be an Ultra Instinct. It's a form that takes a massive toll on his body. We all know that. Giorno, which his stand literally works passively. It does what it wants to protect Giorno. So he can have a passive ability and just return him to zero every time he tries to go into a transformation, every time he tries to do an attack, and just keeps reversing it over and over and puts him into an infinite death loop, which he's done to Diavolo. You said that narratively hacks does not work. You said narratively hacks does not work because see, that's how it works in Dragon Ball. Well, he's fucking Giorno. It doesn't apply to Giorno. It doesn't apply to Giorno.
If a stand is attacking somebody, that's ill intent. Therefore, Goku would sense it because it's just somebody attacking him. That's ill intentions towards a person. So Goku would notice that off rip. Also, gold experience, that whole Giorno thing is kind of cheap. And putting Goku into the loop would might be simple just because Goku is Goku. But if you're looking at it the way Ultra Instinct is set up, I could see those ways that Goku get around it. But being Goku, I'm just like, nah, he might Goku it.
Giorno happens to be a 3 seed, which means that Lelouch would need over 57% of the votes. Lelouch did not get that. He got 51% of the votes. So that does mean that Power does win. Power is going to stay with Giorno going into the championship match. It looks like we have Gon going up against Sasuke.
Gon does not get stronger because of their opponents. Gon gets stronger due to his potential. It was stated multiple times by the author that adult Gon works this way. All of Gon's potential is put in the same place and time in exchange for Gon's life force. And that's it. He does not get any stronger than that. That's what the author is trying to say with that point. Now, you're telling me that somebody who is multiple times faster than light, somebody who can switch out with other objects, somebody who has so many attacks on their arsenal that low balling, they are moonbusters. There is no way that Gon can last long enough to defeat him.
Okay, so you're here talking about potential, and like I said in my Saitama argument, if we were to put Saitama in this same universe or a similar one, which we are doing since we're putting them in the same verse to fight each other, we're scaling them to the same universe, so Gon's potential would actually be higher than Sasuke's based off what he's doing in his adult form. But if we're scaling them in the same universe, that means that we're scaling the restrictions to the same universe. I mean, look at Kurapika. Prior to him using that restriction, he couldn't even think about the Phantom Troop, but as soon as he put that restriction on, he's going toe-to-toe with all of them. If we're scaling them in the same exact universe, then we're scaling the restrictions that much higher. He can restrict the Sharingan, he can restrict whatever Sasuke can pull out. All he has to do is put restrictions on it, and he wins.
Well, actually, since Gon is the lower seed, SLYKAGE, you did cover the spread. Essentially, with Gon, you actually won the overall vote. So you have the option here to take Sasuke or continue with Gon.
I think you know my answer.
Your answer is you're sticking with Gon to the end. I like it. I did not see this matchup coming at all for the championship with all the characters in here, but it is what it is. Let's do it. Are you guys ready? Power, Giorno, SLYKAGE, Gon, championship match. Let's do it.
As we all know, Gon has no way of perceiving the, Giorno's freaking stand. I've said it multiple times now. There is no speed feat that I've seen from Gon that puts him above the reaction time of Giorno's stand against many characters that he has fought in the past, which literally erases time itself. So we have a Gon, even if you put him in adult form, he cannot perceive the stand, he cannot even harm it. So you're just gonna see a guy standing there, and he just doesn't know what he got hit by. And he's just gonna, he doesn't even know what's happening. He's just gonna be in an infinite death loop, and he's just gonna be completely confused.
Okay, so you're bringing up feats from adult Gon, who, let me reiterate, aged to a point where he had the ability to defeat Pito. Let that be known. As Pito literally stated herself, he aged to a point where he possesses the power to defeat me, meaning that he has ages more to go. Restrictions are a way for you to gain power that you couldn't normally get, or you don't have the amount of Nen or ore you need. Theoretically, he can make anything into a restriction. Why can't he restrict stands? If Nen can restrict physical strength, why can't he restrict stands for one? Or why can't he just go into adult form, put a restriction on himself saying, I can't be returned to zero? Gon can really just do that if he wants to.
The rules for this tournament are that, based off of what I'm seeing with these votes and everything like that, SLYKAGE with Gon got 28 votes, and at the time I screenshotted, Power got 80, which, yes, Power does win the overall vote, but since Gon is a 16 seed, Gon does win the tournament. Now, obviously, we can't account for trolls, and that's something that I have to fix moving forward, because clearly Gon making it this far is definitely wild. SLYKAGE did win fair and square according to the rules that I set, so it's on me. But Gon does win. SLYKAGE, you do win. Congratulations. Congratulations, man.
I'm not gonna lie, definitely for the next one you gotta be the judge or somebody.
Going forward, I'm definitely gonna have to get a team of judges